Hey everyone, welcome back to the Elkhart County Historical Museum Collections Tournament. You're here in Tournament Central and the bracket is rolling right along. Today we have a great matchup. Maude Essig's trunk is going against the Buescher Band Factory photo featuring Gladys Netterer. Two really great parts of Elkhart County history. Only you can select which one of these items is going to move on to the Elite Eight. So as always, our staff members who selected these items are going to be presenting each item. They have 2 minutes to do so. And in the end, it'll either be the trunk or the photo saying that this puny matchup is too small to contain their gargantuan blasts. So I think over the past year, we have understood how important nurses are to our lives and to our society, if we already didn't know that. And that's part of the reason I selected this artifact for the tournament. I also selected it because it's an interesting view at World War I history. So what this artifact is it's a trunk that belonged to Maude Essig, and she used it as she served during her time in the American Nursing Corps during World War I. So a little background about Maude Essig is she was born here in Elkhart. She goes to Illinois where she's trained in nursing, and in 1917 she's the superintendent of the nursing school at Elkhart General Hospital. The United States had not entered World War I yet. They would do that shortly, but it was looking like the United States was going to join the war, so the president of the Eli Lilly and Company pharmaceutical company in Indianapolis, J.K. Lilly, was putting together a group of volunteer doctors, surgeons, and nurses that would operate under the banner of the Red Cross and would go to Europe to help those and provide the health care for soldiers, American and otherwise. So in June of 1917, Maude Essig receives a letter that asks her to join this volunteer corps. She accepts, and September 7th of 1917, she leaves Elkhart with this trunk for her training. And she goes all over the United States and then later in Europe. And the best part about this artifact and Maude's history is I didn't need to research this. Well, I did, but I got to see it right from Maude's recollection because she had a diary that is part of our research files in our archive. So as this moves on through the tournament, which I know it will, I'll reveal what Maude's experience was like during World War I. So let's vote for this trunk and get it through to the next round.
Hi, I'm here in our newest gallery, Making a Place, to talk to you about my selection for this matchup in the collections tournament. And it's the perfect place to talk about this object because here we're highlighting some of the stories of the band instrument industry. And this object is a photograph by Ford Stutzman of two people working at Buescher. And it is a photograph of Frances Eckstein and Gladys Netterer. I particularly love it because of the way Gladys is looking at the camera, the way Frances is looking at her, the smile on her face, and the fact that it showcases for us or reminds us that women were an important part of industry here in this community, particularly in the band instrument industry. And in fact, Gladys stays with Buescher for quite some time. I think we have a photograph of her from the 1970s. And because you're going to vote this object to move on in the tournament, we'll get to learn more about her career as we go forward. But take a look at the photo, look at the French horn, the trumpet, the work that they're doing, the setting that they're in the factory, and keep in mind that this was right around the time in anticipation or perhaps World War II was going on, and they are finding something to laugh about or smile about as they go about their work. I just think it really is a compelling photo, and I know you're going to want to see it continue in the tournament. So thank you, and vote for Gladys.
The information has been given, and now the choice is in your hands. So you've heard the story of Maude Essig's trunk, you've heard the story of the Buescher Band photo, and you need to decide which item is going to move on to the Elite Eight. So what you need to do is when these videos are posted, you will just post which one you want to see move on in the comments, either the trunk or the photo. So you get to decide. So remember, vote, 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 vote. and hopefully you've learned something about Elkhart County history. So don't forget to keep watching these great matchups. We're almost done with the first round. We'll be moving to the Elite Eight, and eventually we'll have one champion. So don't forget to vote, and thank you for watching.